What we don't know is that we're always being guided. The universe, your higher self, the divine, God is always trying to get through to you. But it's because of how we react, because we don't know that we're being guided. We don't know that this is our guidance. And so we react negatively to it. And then after many times of negative reaction, after many times of rejecting this guidance, we stop resonating with any form of guidance. And then we become lost. And then we are just, an ego, a physical 3D being, trying to make it in this reality as matter creating matter. Whenever you go into something feeling bad, whenever you're scared about doing something, whenever you feel very anxious, very worried going into something, starting something, whether it's a continuation of something, whether it's something new, it does not matter. Whenever you feel bad about doing something, whether it's just, hanging out with people, with your friends, with anyone, if you feel so bad or scared for no reason, or just fearful for yourself, or worried for some reason, but you can't know why, it is because you're not yet, this is your guidance, this is the universe telling you, you're not yet aligned with that which you're trying to do. You're not aligned with this relationship. You're not aligned with meeting that person. Whether it's that you are on a very much higher frequency or that you are at a lower frequency. It's simply that you are not aligned. And that means that you are not ready. That means that there are many obstacles between you and that thing, or that person, or that whatever. And those obstacles could be anything. Could be within you, could be things in your life, it could be your family, could be your friends who you hang around. Those are gonna, what this means whenever you feel bad going into something, or worried, or very anxious, is that you're not ready for that thing, and you're gonna end up ruining it one way or another. You're gonna end up complicating your life even more through that thing, which is unnecessary, and that's your guidance. And so your reaction here should be one of two: either that you let it be for now, don't go for it at this point, and wait for some time, try and raise your frequency for that thing, raise your vibration, align, see what is holding you back from that thing, and do those things before you get into it. Or you go into that thing, but keeping in mind that you're gonna have to be working all the way through it. You're gonna have to be improving your qualities, the qualities that are necessary for that thing. You're gonna have to be raising your frequency the whole time you're into that thing. You're working towards that thing. Because if you don't do that thing, if you just go into that thing and be the exact same person till the end of that journey, it's not gonna work out for you. It's just gonna end up being another harsh lesson, which is still a pro, because it's teaching you, it's telling you what you need for this to happen. What are you missing? What was the obstacle? Why were you not ready? Like if you're trying to be a millionaire, but you have very bad spending habits, you cannot possibly become a millionaire. Every time you're gonna receive an amount of money and you're gonna feel peaceful and calm about your financial state, you're gonna end up spending all of that money. And that means you're never aligned with this financial abundance you're seeking, or that you're not ready. It does not mean that you cannot go into that thing. It's just your guidance, and then at the end it's your choice. That's why it's called guidance. It's not your command, it's not your forcing, it's just guidance, and it's up to you to take it or leave it. The thing is, if you leave it, many times if you're asking for guidance, but then your higher self gives you the guidance, your soul is guiding you, and then you're rejecting it every time. You reject it time after time. That is vibrating. That's making you vibrate on that. You don't need this guidance. I'm good without this guidance. Whether you guide me or not, I'm gonna do what I believe I want to do as a physical 3D being, without regards to anything, without regards to anything spiritual, without regards to the code of this reality, without regards to the framework of how this reality works. And then you're gonna simply be rejecting your spiritual nature, and you're gonna be affirming to yourself, confirming to yourself that you're simply matter trying to create matter. And when you're matter creating matter, it's so much harder than being energy, than creating matter out of your energy, out of your energetic form. Energy creating matter is how all the matter in this reality has been created. It all started with energy, and it gave birth to this matter. And you have the same energy, that same creative energy flowing right within you. You are an extension of that source of infinite pure energy. And so in order for it to work out, in order for you to go into something knowing it's gonna work out, it is very peaceful going into that thing. It comes to you with so much ease. The path of least resistance. I'm sure you've heard this many times before. Many people speaking negatively about it and others speaking positively. The path of least resistance is not meant to be the lazy way out, or you giving up on the things that require a little bit more effort or work or time and energy investment. It's completely not about this, because I've heard many even spiritual teachers say this before, or successful enlightened people say this type of things before. The path of least resistance is the same as your comfort zone, is your way to failure, is your way to never making it. But the path of least resistance, all it is actually a confirmation that this is going to work out for you. Now, if you want to go into something and with the understanding that it's not going to work out for you as you are at that point, be my guest. That's simply, it's simply a longer journey. It's going to be a longer journey, one that's characterized by more struggle and suffering, perhaps even a crisis. If you try and force it so much without changing who you are, without aligning energetically with that thing, without raising your vibration, your frequency to meet that of what you're seeking, then it could turn into even a crisis, because you're going against the current, and for so long and so forcefully that at the end it has to to win, because you're not trying to swim with it for a bit. You're just simply deciding to face it as matter against matter. And if you're going into this life as matter and you're gonna fight against other matter, you're not that very strong of a matter. What makes you very infinite and strong, and what makes you is that your spiritual nature is your spiritual aspect, and you have to integrate it in your pursuits. And so the path of least resistance, all it's telling you is that this is now something you're aligned with. Go into it and it's gonna work out. It could be even things that you don't want, but that's your energetic alignment. So it does not has to do with what you're wanting or what you're praying for or what you're asking. It has to do with your vibration. Where are you at this point? What are you aligned with at that point? And that determines if it feels easy, if it feels good, then this is something that's gonna work out. This is something that's gonna give you more joy, more happiness. It's something that's gonna be a successful experience, not just another harsh lesson. And the key to listening to this guidance is to accept it, acknowledge it. If you want to always be guided, if you want your inner compass to be working all of the time, you have to train it like a muscle. The more you listen to it, the more you listen to your intuition, the more you listen to your gut feeling whenever you're trying to do something, the more you affirm that I want more of this, the more you resonate with it, the more you vibrate on its vibration, and you align with it energetically. And so every time you're gonna be guided. Whenever you're trying to do something, you're gonna find that guidance right there for you. And if you listen to it, you can basically hack your way through reality. Because if this is something that's so hard on you, that requires more effort that you're not currently aligned with, you're gonna focus on raising your vibration. You will know what's gonna work out, what's not working out for you, what requires some improvements, where are you lacking. But if you're only trying to make it in life as an ego, completely feeding your ego aspect, your physical 3D aspect and ignoring your spiritual nature, then that's all you're going to be. The more you force yourself onto life, regardless of your inner compass, the more you're gonna be disconnecting from your spiritual nature. And when you disconnect from your spiritual nature, you have to do everything by yourself. You have to, hit against a brick wall until you make it through it, until you break it down and you're able to go, rather than building an energetic door and going through it, opening it and going through it with ease. When you acknowledge your spiritual nature, what you're doing is that you are living in trust. You are living as a spiritual, energetic, infinite being. And that is that you hand over, you do your role, and you just hand over this creation you're trying to create to your energy, to your higher self, to source, to bring it to fruition. And so all of the energies will conspire in this existence, will conspire in your favor when you acknowledge your spiritual nature. And you're gonna be energy creating matter. You're gonna tune in into your truth, into your true aspect, into your true self-worth, into your true nature. You're gonna tune in into source, into your connection to source, to the divine and the mystical. And that's where you get things created with ease. But if you wanna struggle, if you wanna suffer more, if you wanna, fight it, and your ego is so strong that you wanna beat everything into creation with a nail and a hammer, then be willing, be ready for that journey. Understand if that's the way you want to go, if that's what you trust more in, if that's what makes you feel worthy or believing, then go for it. But know it's going to be a longer one. Know that it has to be filled with struggles and suffering, because there are many things that you're not aligned with, and you're going to have to struggle till you figure out what is missing, what am I lacking, how do I become more ready, how do I align with this. And sometimes you're gonna just be forceful, and you're gonna reject how reality is reacting to you and how it's not successful, the experience is not successful, and you're gonna try to force yourself, and it's gonna become a miserable experience, and you're gonna end up prolonging and delaying your breakthrough even longer. And I'm sure that's not something you want to experience. With that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to another video by AF's Conscious Frequency. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, because it helps me so much, and it helps this video find its way to many more others who might actually need it.